What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Today we're going to talk about another reason why you probably shouldn't be living in California. And it's about cars. California car buyers might soon have to pay a higher document fee. Document fee, yeah. But that's what we're going to talk about. Stay tuned. This is going to be fun. Okay, so California car buyers might soon have to pay a higher document fee. And now I'm not trying to get political. I'm trying to keep politics out of this channel. I've got another channel where I talk politics and stuff like that, but it's kind of another reason why you don't want to live in California other than politics. It's just so expensive to live there. I mean, I don't know if it's just cost of living or what, but it's just so expensive. You know, other than the politics, sorry, best words. But like I said, I'm not trying to keep this channel away from the politics. So I kind of started this channel was to funnel my automotive and small engine and repair stuff into this channel because the other channel was starting to get a lot of political. If you're interested in that, there'll be links below if you want to go check out that channel. But if not, that's totally cool too. But anyway, and this is from Car and Driver is where I got this article from. Buying a new car should be the best feeling in the world. You've done research, picked the model, maybe even waited a few weeks to get the color you wanted instead of going with the grayscale offerings the dealer had in stock. Picking up the keys for the first time should be fun. But before you do, there's the business office to face. With all its myriad fees. Now, buying a car in California is set to get even more expensive as the state moves to raise the allowable cap on documentation fees. Like it's not already expensive enough. I mean, again, not trying to get political, but they're trying to push electric cars on people, and not all of us like electric cars. But simply put, documentation fees is the way the dealership charges you for preparing the sales contract and other forms. That should automatically be included in the price. That's how it says me, and I know probably all the states do it. In fact, I'm sure they do because I've bought cars before, and they had fees for everything. They have a conversation fee for sitting at the desk talking to them. They had pencil fee for the ink you use to sign your name, and it's a joke. I mean, yeah, that's a little ridiculous, but there's fees for everything. Okay. Currently, California caps the doc fees at a reasonable $85. Basically peanuts when you're spending tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah, $85 doesn't sound like much, but still, $85 is $85. What could you buy? What else could you buy with $85? That should just all be included. It says me. If I was a dealership, I wouldn't charge that bull crap. It's stupid. But again, probably every state in the country does that. Basically peanuts when you're spending tens of thousands of dollars. If even that stings, maybe you can get the dealer to drop the price of the car by an equivalent amount. Come on, pal. We're buying a Toyota Camry here, not a Porsche 911 GT3. Yeah, you can drop the price of the car down $83, $85 or whatever. I mean, it's pennies to the dealership, but to some of us that's a lot of money. I mean, even $85 to some of us, hence the name Poor Man's Garage, we need every dollar we can. I know that, and that's pennies to the dealership. They wipe their butts with more than that every single time they go to the bathroom. But anyway, again, however, new legislation approved by California State Senate now allows dealers to charge up to 1% of the overall price of the vehicle with a $500 maximum. With the average price of a new car at nearly $50,000, that effectively means most shoppers will see the max document fee. Basically, yeah, there's not very many cars out there that are less than 50 grand. There's some of the baser models, but I mean, I guess if that's your thing, but for anything that's really anything of any decent car, decent quality, it's going to be more than 50 grand, and you're going to pay. So you just bump from $85 to $500. That's even more. I mean, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to get us to keep our old junkers that are paid for? Because now it's just costs us even more to make money and to, but anyway, California's new car dealers association says the new car fee is just catching up with the cost of doing business. The cost of doing business, huh? Kind of what. Not everyone agrees, and the lone dissent Senate vote. Senator Dave Cortez says he's looking to bring that maximum cap down when the bill goes before the assembly. But if you're one guy in the Senate, you're probably not going to win that one. But kudos for trying. These increased fees are about to hit at the time when monthly car payments are absolutely through the roof. New car buyers spending $1,000 per month or more hit just below the 20% mark this quarter, up several percent points from last year. Average monthly payments were up a couple percentage points, and loan terms are longer than ever. There's something I always live by is when I'm asked what's the best kind of car to buy, what's the best kind of car? Because I'm a mechanic. I've been in the automotive business for a long time, and I always get asked the question, what's the best kind of car? The best kind of car is the kind that's paid for. Because says me, and even if I'm not a mechanic, let's just say I'm not a mechanic, but I mean, what's more cost effective here to have a car say you have to put a $3,000, it'd probably be more than that, but let's just say you have to put $3,000 in it every year, $3,000 in repairs every year. That's still cheaper than a car payment. I mean, you get hit with a $500 bill for this and a $1,000 bill for ball joints, it's still on the full year basis, it's still less than car payments. To keep an older car running that's paid for is still a lot cheaper than, it doesn't have all the fancy bells and all the fancy whistles and all the cool gadgets. And do you really need all that? I mean, legit, do you need that? Some of you may think you do, but how many years have we gone without it? That's the way I see it. I don't need that. I don't need a backup camera. It's called turn your head. It's called your mirrors. Your mirrors are backup cameras. I don't need a car to parallel park for me. I don't need a car to drive for me. I do that myself. But plug $500 extra into these kind of loans and the numbers seem to disappear. Just a couple of extra bucks a month, but the costs are there. If you're looking at the aforementioned 911 GT3, the adjustment would probably, I just got a little pop-up. Where am I at here? Let's go back here. Sorry about that. 911 GT3, the adjustment probably won't hurt your well-insulated wallet much. But if you're a Toyota shopper, you might want to try to cut a better deal. That's the article. Again, I don't know what to. It's just, it's California. I mean, but again, every state probably does it. Every car dealership does it. They want to try and squeeze as few try and squeeze as many pennies out of you as they can, just to, because and I get it, where some of you on the left are talk about it's all about the rich, the wealthy, the wealthy are getting wealthier. And I in some ways I tend to agree. I'm not, again, I'm not getting too political here. I could go on a very huge political rant about this article, but those on the left, I tend to agree with the rich. They're just out there. It's greed, and they're just trying to squeeze as much money out of you as they possibly can. But I tend to lean a little more right. But again, this channel, I'm trying to keep politics as out of this channel as possible, but kind of keep it more to stuff like this, cars, and just chatter about car stuff, new technology that's coming. I'm going to try and keep it more to that, so that we, but again, I tend to agree. It's just a way for these rich car companies to just put a few more pennies in their pocket. Because like I said, $85, even $500, $500 to them, nothing. They're just looking at that, bringing that bottom line up. If we can screw the customer out of any more money, let's do it. That'll bring our bottom line up. That bottom number. That's all they care about, is that bottom number. They don't care about the people and I get it. Like I said, but anyway, starting to go on a tangent. Better end it here before I start ranting about politics. But anyway, do the YouTube stuff again. If you want to check out my other channel, links are down below for that, and I'll but anyway, do the YouTube stuff. Appreciate y'all. Love you. We'll see you in the next one.